Hi guys, I'm back, and today I'm going to be showing you a video, not actually about cats, even though I'm showing cats and they're getting hair all over me, but about making, now I can't remember, DIY gummies. This is a very simple recipe from King of Random, where they made Lego gummies that could actually stack, but maybe you don't have the food safe silicone, or you can't get it, or just don't want to, but still want to make some sort of cool structure like this. Then I can show you how to do that. So what you're going to need for this is some sort of pot. A small one's fine. Stove, obviously. A 1/4 cup cornstarch. This is a half, so 1/4. And then a 1/2 cup of water. You also need olive oil or vegetable oil. And some sort of dish. I'm using this one. This is what you're going to lay the gummy mixture out on. Along with that, one more thing I forgot to say is that you're going to need some sort of Jell-O. Some of them come in, if you're having a sugar-free one, it's going to come in a smaller packet. But if you're making one with sugar, it's going to come in a bigger packet. Both things will make the same amount, so add all of this. Okay, if you have a bigger Jell-O thing, add it all if it's that compared to that. The only difference is sugar-free and not sugar-free.
Fresh, Baba.
Alright, so let's get started. First of all, I just want to say that this recipe is from King of Random. But they made Lego gummies, and I'm just gonna make like stackable building blocks. If you do want to make the Lego gummies, check out that. The first time I made it to make these, I used a different bowl, but now I'm not gonna. Also, beware right after you're done pouring it from that into your thing, which I'll talk about later on how to do that. You're going to want to soak this in water right away. It's a pain to clean up. This has been soaking for a while and then wiped out, and it still has that. It's fine though, because I'm making another one. It'll be properly cleaned later on. Also, the black's just a stain. Anyway, so you're going to start by adding your 1/2 cup of water.
No, you're not. Oh.
Then you're going to add in your Jell-O packet. If I can open it first. Now you're going to add your Jell-O. Something I forgot to say is you're going to need 2 packets of unflavored, unsweetened gelatin. So let's open those up. This is the second one. Jell-O turned yellow in the mixture. And then you're going to want to stir that up with some sort of utensil. A fork's fine, or you can use a spoon. I'm going to do that. You want to get all the bubbles, or bumps and bubbles out of it. And you're going to get some sort of a mixture that kind of feels like a slushie. Not feels, but like looks like a slushie. It might be a little different depending on if you're doing sugar-free or not. But the sugar-free one definitely looks like a slushie. This one, kind of. Then you're going to want to add in your, not cornstarch, your corn syrup. I'm using this dark corn syrup. Light corn syrup would probably be better, but if you don't have that, this stuff works just fine. I'm gonna scoop out the rest of that. And you're gonna want to stir that in. Okay. Now that's done, I'm just going to set that here. You're going to want to stir that in again. And remember, you don't want any sort of lumps. I'm sure there's probably some way to do it if you're allergic to dye. Or if you don't want to have dye. I'm not going to show that today because I don't know how. But there's probably some way. I said that because my friend's allergic to dye. Her Halloweens are very annoying. But you're going to end up with something like this. Also, I just want to say that the stove's not on right now. But after you've completely mixed it in, you're going to want to turn it on. I'm turning it on to 4. And every once in a while, I'm just going to stir it. You want to keep stirring it until it becomes clear. Yeah. Once it becomes clear, you know that most of the bubbles or all of the bubbles have come out. And that's what you're going to want. While I wait for this to get heated up so that I can start stirring, why does this turn purple on camera if it's red? Also, yeah, this is barely warm already. This turns red, but it turns purple on camera. Why does it turn so purple? Weird. But so, anyways, while that's happening, I'm going to play with these little gummy ones. The only thing I'd say about the gummies is that they are sort of weird because they melt in your mouth. So there is that if you want to beware that they melt in your mouth after a little. Okay, I can't help it. I'm going to eat one. They're good. Alright, so I'm going to start stirring this a little. You don't have to do it much. Just a bit. I'm going to take that out. Also, the reason I'm doing it in here is because you really don't want to have an extra thing to clean. This stuff sticks a lot, but if you do decide to do it in something else other than the pot, remember to spray it with either olive oil or vegetable oil beforehand so that it doesn't stick. And I'm actually not sure if that'll work, seeing that you have all the other stuff first, but maybe it'll help. Who knows? See, mine is a darker honey-like color. It's a little lighter on camera, but it should be lighter just normally, but I did have to use the dark corn syrup. You don't want clear corn syrup if that is available. So let's actually play with those gummy things. Okay, I'm going to see if I can make a picnic table-like thing with this piece as the top. They're pretty durable. Also, if you're wondering, my hands are clean. I'll put this stuff to the side. And then one. So I put this to the side. Now I'm going to try and make some sort of table-like structure. Stack these. This one's actually too big, so I'm just going to snap that in half. I think this is tall enough. And there's that part, and now I'm going to eat more gummies. And then I'm going to make the sides. I'm going to get some little tables or seats here. And I need to stir it. Now that it's getting hotter, I'm going to turn this down to 3. And it's starting to get a little more clear. That smells weird. It smells like a lemony smell, but you can also smell the gelatin in it. So it actually looks pretty purple. Now it looks pink. Also, if you saw my other videos on properly sanitizing wood and stuff, I use the same thing. Also turned purple, but that was a different oven. Not oven. This oven doesn't even work. Broken. But it's a different top. And it also turned purple. Let's let that sit a bit more. And get the dog who was outside who had barked. Potato, wait. I need both hands. His name's Potato. No. Good. He didn't eat it. And he didn't smell it. Well, he smelled it, but he didn't do anything with it. So now it's getting a little more clear. It's more clear off camera than it is on. But let's get back to these gummies and building the table and stuff. Also, this was what it looks like from above. And, okay. So I'm going to make this a little bit higher. Putting that there. Moving some more small ones on top here. And actually, I'm going to eat this. They're good. Okay. And now I'm just going to make I don't know. Let's call these some drinks on the table. There. I have, see, some drinks on the table. A very jelly-like table. Ah! 2 of the drinks fell off. One goes there and one goes here. And then another seat on the other side. This would be great if you had some sort of like cake or something and you wanted to make something on top. You could put gummies, maybe. I don't know. Maybe add like a party. Everyone gets part of the gummies. Let's stir it some more. You can see at the top a lot of bubbles are forming, which is a good sign. Starting to become more clear. So soon this is gonna be done. Not done, but like done with this. Alright. Now I don't know what to do with this. There it is. Ah! It's falling apart. It fell to the side. And I don't want to be playing with so many gummies so much. But I'm going to take this back apart and then eat some pieces. Some of the ones that aren't going to work the best for building. Like this one would be good if you were making squares, but not for what I'm making. They're good. They melt in your mouth, which is kind of weird. But it's starting to become clearer. You can't really see that on camera though. Alright. Now this is ready for the next step. You're going to take your thing, some olive oil or vegetable oil. And spray a little bit in there, and then you can just spread it out, or you could actually spray around. I'm bad at spraying this thing, so I'm just gonna spray some in it and then spread it with my fingers. There.
2 spots. 1, 2. Good job. And if you're nice for the rest of the night for 9 hours time, brush your teeth, no wind, no hitting, no scratching. Go.
Okay, done. So now I'm able to pour this in. Oftentimes you want to take off all these bubbles from the top, which is pretty hard to do right now, but if you wait for it to cool down a bit, then it's much easier. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Take the spoon out. Right, you can't see that. Okay, there we go. got in there and got most of it out. Now all that's left is to put it in the fridge and wait for it to be done. I'd recommend waiting like an hour to take it out, but to get the bubbles out, like 10 minutes. There it is. So you can kind of see down below, but this thing's also really foggy. But here, you can see through it. Now I just have to wait like 10 minutes for the bubbles to rise, and then I can get that off. I'm gonna use like a fork. Yeah, forks do good for this. Then wait another hour for it to be done. Okay, so pretend that you're done and you have a piece. You're gonna need to figure out how to cut it to make the right sized blocks or the right kind of blocks. So I'm gonna show you how I make mine. Mine are pretty simple, just like this. You're gonna take a knife, your thing, and depending on what size you want, you're going to cut that out. So I want a size like this. I'm going to cut that out first. I'm going to make some marks with the knife to make sure that all of my things are even. And then I know you're not going to be able to see them, but I can in the light. Like that. Mark. So I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, so I did that, and now you can kind of see those marks. There we go. That's easier to see. So now I actually cut it a bit too much, but now I'm able to break that into lines. And this one also into lines. Now I have 3 pieces, fairly even. And now they have the lines like that, and those pieces are going to be harder to break because this is going to happen and it's going to be super uneven. 1 minute, Ophi. So you're going to want a knife for that. And regularly you don't want to do this on your finger. But now that has a nice straight cut. So I'm going to lay these strips out like that and just do them one at a time. I'm going to put these aside. Rest. There. Now I have some strips. Now that I have all these nice strips, I'm going to look through them to see if there's any that need to be separated, like this. This isn't actually one piece. This is 2 pieces that were still attached. There. Okay. Now, this might be, inaccurate for actual taste. But I'm gonna have my little sister, she's 3, taste it. Ophelia! Before that, I have this stuff. And it has been it's been like 15 minutes. And now this can come off. The stuff that's extra, like the stuff that I take off, I'm going to put in there. So it kind of comes off in this like weird thing. And it's hard to do one-handed, so I'm going to have to do it off camera. Okay. During this, you might end up with very, very messy hands because you can't get your stuff off of your fork. That is what happened to me. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Okay, I did. Still a bit left though. That's because I only rinsed my hands off. Anyways, you might end up with what seems to be a big amount. Really? You don't have to worry. A lot of it has a lot of bubbles in it, so yeah. Anyways, now for the taste tester, Ophelia.
Are you gonna video?
Say hi.
Hi.
Alright. So, Ophelia, I've been making a YouTube video where I show how to make these gummy candies. These gummies.
Okay.
So, do you want to try them? You can be our taste tester?
Okay.
Okay. Alright. So, eat one. I will too.
They're not good.
You don't
Two,
like
too raw.
too what?
Like too dry.
Too dry? Well, they're gummies. They're supposed to be dry.
Like,
She said that they're not good because they're too dry. They're supposed to be dry. Do you like the taste?
no.
Why?
Cause it tastes too sweet.
It tastes too sweet?
Like,
It's a sour taste.
tastes too sour.
It's a milky taste.
Like, I don't like it.
Is it too milky?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's just going off of what other people have said. I think.
Too monkey.
Like my mommy. Too sweet. Okay. Well, okay. She said that they're not good because they're too sweet and because they are too dry. They're fairly, well, they're gummies. They can't really be that good. Also, I said that they're supposed to taste like milk, and then she said too milky. They're supposed to taste like raspberry. They're not supposed to taste like milk. Also, along with that, she's eaten like half of the batch. So, there's that. I think that they're good except for, that they're pretty like, how am I trying to say this? They're good except that they melt in your mouth, and that's a really weird sensation for a gummy. But other than that, I think they're good. I would have my friend you know as Chicken 101. Try it. But I can't do that. I don't know what I'm talking about. She can't have dye. These have dye from the Jell-O, so yeah. She does. Okay, by now, her stuff isn't ready yet, but it's like not getting you. And you can sort of peel up the sides. I'm trying to show this, by the way. But this is not close to ready. So just because you can lift up the corners, or just because it does this doesn't mean it's ready, okay? She said, "Can I have another piece?" She says. I thought you said that they weren't good because they were too milky.
I did, but let's eat the chewy sweets.
Let's eat the chewy sweets, she said.
Too sweet.
Okay.
Too much.
What do you actually think about it?
That is delicious. That's why she was asking for more.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah. Pretty delicious.
Too delicious.
Super scrumpy, lumpy, dumpy.
Okay. What about the texture? Do you like the texture?
No.
Why? That's what she's been saying to everything.
No. I like the texture and I like it. Mommy, I said it's too sweet.
Well, like all the other candy stuff you have, right?
Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned how to make stackable gummies that you can build stuff out of. You can also just keep big platforms, and she's getting even more. And